Okay, YouTube, in this video we're just going to do a warm-up problem in which we graph this exponential function where we have this variable in the exponent here. So the first thing we want to do when we graph an exponential function is kind of make note of the common characteristics of all exponential graphs and graph the parent function of this. So we would say the parent function would be f of x equals 4 to the x. Now recalling that all exponential functions in this form have an asymptote that is on the x-axis, we would say that we have an asymptote at y equals 0. We'd want to label this. And a y-intercept of 0, 1, simply because 4 to the 0 power is equal to 1. So we say 0, 1 is a point on this graph. Now one more point we want to get on here is when we plug in 1 into this function. So we say 4 to the first, that would be 4. So we say 1 comma 4 is also on this graph. When we get this point here, we should label 1 comma 4. But here would be our 4 to the x parent function. The question would now be, okay, so what if we had some 4 to the x minus 3 plus 3? What we could see is that this would shift us right 3 units and up 3 units from where we currently are. So these three major characteristics here, they're all going to shift right 3 and up 3. We're just going to pick them up right now and do this. We say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This point that was at 0, 1 would now be at 3 to the right and 4 up. We would say that this point here, 1 comma 4, would go 3 to the right and 3 up. So from 1 comma 4, if we went 3 to the right of that, we'd be at an x value of 4. And if we went 3 above this 4, we'd be at a height of 7. Now the other thing that's really important that we do is we shift the asymptote with this. And the shift to the right didn't affect it, but the shift upward does affect it. So we would say that the asymptote of this new graph would be right here. And we need to label this. The asymptote would be y equals 3. So our new exponential graph, or at least the transformation of the original parent function, would look like this right here. So one last thing, we would say that its domain, we're used to this by now, but it's negative infinity to infinity. All exponential functions have domain negative infinity to infinity. And then the range, I would just say just all of the y values above the asymptote. So we would say 3 on to infinity in this case. Cheers.